Alright, so we're going to react to this Lou Extra's semi-documentary, Why Everyone Hates Andrew Schulz.
Over the course of his career, Andrew Schulz has built his name as a comedian who believes no topic is taboo.
Blackface is wrong, it's racist, you cannot do it, okay? Under no circumstances, cannot do it. Then you see them Navy SEALs commercials, you're like, all right, well, kind of, sometimes you could do it. You on a Latin girl's stomach, her belly button just opens up and takes that in, dog. Like, hungry hippos in there, dog.
Through the massive success of the Flagrant podcast that even outgrew his original launchpad of The Brilliant Idiots with Charlemagne, Schulz went from playing second fiddle to being a star. But while his podcast would go on to do insane numbers, it also had its drawbacks. As where most fans saw what he had to say as just comedy, some started viewing his jokes as racist, conspiratorial, or even attempts to pander to the right-wing audience.
And this is exactly why I've said comedians should start being forced to wear clown makeup, dude. That way, no matter what they say, you gotta assume it's a joke. I mean, you put a damn clown nose on Andrew Schulz, no matter what he says, you're like, oh, he's the court, jester or whatever, right? He's the clown, okay? He doesn't even know what he's talking about, let alone having an actual take.
Audience. And before he knew it, he was facing as much backlash as he was fanfare. At its peak, Flagrant pulled millions per episode, but now, many episodes barely crack 500K. It even dropped from top 3 on Spotify to barely entering the top 50. So, what could be the reason for this major downturn? Could it be the fact that fans started calling him out for constantly interrupting guests?
No. That's nothing. Like, as soon as this, I didn't really even pay attention to this podcast until they started doing it in this little studio setup here. And the first thing you notice is they've involved like people that aren't Andrew Schulz himself. Okay, there's extra people on the couch that just have a computer on their lap. The one guy wears a hat sometimes. Like, there's no other reason for them to be there, right? I found it to be, first of all, too long. Too much weird cold opens where they put text on the screen and the camera switches are real crazy. They're like, coming up, you know what I mean? Like it's a TV show or an actual talk show. That's when I really started to despise it. I couldn't even tell you. Maybe, Shane Gillis and Gerbies was the last episode I've seen on this fucking thing. There's 1,000 reasons. I mean, he had beef with, Kendrick. He's called a lot of other comedians pussies for shitting on Joe Rogan. This video is 40 minutes long. All right? So Lou Extra didn't just do an extra video for the sake of doing it. There was a lot, okay? A lot to pull from, and he certainly did. Let's hear it.
So I'm in London. Diddy had previously hit me up to say, hey, listen, stop doing my
Think
side
about
chick.
basketball nicknames. Earl Monroe, Earl the Pearl, Black Jesus.
Novak
and
Kyrie.
you're Novak. Do you see the drop in creativity?
No,
That's what we're
Novak
saying.
Kyrie works. Like, my dude's going to do some extraordinary things because he hasn't been vaccinated. Come on, stop playing. Anyway, so I'm in. Hold on, this all makes sense.
Fast talking
Hold on.
out. Fast talking out. I love that.
Stop
He's
it.
good. He's
No,
good.
stop it.
This
Stop
guy's
it.
good.
No.
This guy's good.
I got to say the story, okay?
Belittling them,
Are you in a relationship? What's going on?
Why do you look at me with these faces like it?
Well, here's the thing about Whitney. Andrew bringing up her relationships, right? Is when she was in that relationship with that one guy, whoever that was, she was parading him around like they're about to get married and shit. Where is he?
Like it's difficult.
She can't control that.
Is listening hard for you? This is what it looks like when you're listening. This is you listening, right? This is you.
and allegedly forcing laughs.
By the way, I gotta ask you something.
Yeah.
The mustache.
Yeah.
It's not even a question. It's just a statement.
Or the fact that many of his viewers feel that he is trying way too hard to seem deep and smart, while forgetting what made people like him in the first place.
Again, this is why you need the clown makeup. You throw clown makeup on a Shane Gillis, on a Joe Rogan, on an Andrew Schulz, a Theo Von, we can all of you out there specifically, not me, but you guys can stop believing that they're saying things that they actually have information on, okay? They're all idiots. That's why they do what they do, okay? Stop forgetting that. Just because they have a platform, everybody all of a sudden thinks that, like, oh, no, this guy's being truthful and honest. It's like, he is also still a rich guy, okay? So no matter what you think, it's like, they're gonna be shills for certain things, no matter what, man. Once they become, I mean, is Shane Gillis not being seen in, what, Budweiser or Bud Light commercials wearing Texas stuff? He's not from there. He's in Austin, of course, as a comedian now, but it's like, he's not a fan of that, but he's still willing to take the check, wear the dog shit uniform or dog shit merch, and not support the Irish, right? So they're all willing to do that. They're all willing to chameleon, if you will. But you throw clown makeup on them, and it's not going to affect that many people nearly as badly. Where they start actually thinking like, oh, fuck, you know, Joe Rogan really gets it. Andrew Schulz really understands me. He's a
I
clown.
love Schulz
What are you
epiphanies.
talking about?
Schulz epiphanies are my favorite.
Yo,
He repeats a statement and he's like,
that's crazy though.
It's your boy Luesta, and today we're gonna go through the series of events that led Andrew Schulz to the unfortunate point that it seems he finds controversy at every turn. But to understand how it went so wrong, we need to first understand what he did right to gain the spotlight in the first place. The 41-year-old comedian known to the world as Andrew Schulz was born in New York City.
Okay, so that's what he's going to do, is he's going to go through how Andrew became who he is before he actually gets to the juice. Nah, not us. Let's hear.
Inviting him on the podcast was certainly a choice. What made this even more weird, however,
I did want to say that as well. When they did switch to the studio, you started to notice that Andrew was not having just his comedy friends on. The first thing that I had said is, like, this guy allegedly takes so much inspiration from Joe Rogan, and one of the things Joe was doing in the early days was putting on good comedians. By having them on his show, they saw some success. They got popular, right? And to a certain degree, right? They got more noticed, at least, and especially if they did well. And we saw it happen in real time with guys like Theo Von, okay? But Andrew switches to this studio, puts all this money into this, and he's having streamers on, YouTubers, right? Random people in politics and photography and music and shit like that, and you're like, what is this? You think it is a talk show, don't you? That's not what we wanted, man. It would have been so much better if he was bringing on, like, lower level unknown New York comedians, man, giving them a chance to shine. Instead, he's like, no, how can I make myself more popular? How can I broaden my audience? It was all just me. And I think that's always been the case.
Was how Andrew spent almost the entire episode not only sucking up to Logan, but also weirdly groping him repeatedly.
By the way, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah,
I love you guys.
Welcome
it's always
back.
a good time
Great to
kicking
have
it with
you
the
too.
boys.
You're doing great.
Thanks.
Look at them.
Yeah, bro, I wasn't engaged.
Creepy.
Now I'm engaged.
Yo, you are, dude. I'm engaged. I'm putting the gay in engaged right now. Be serious. Come on, let me squeeze your arms again. Be serious, bro. Come on.
He can't get nothing.
The whole thing was strange, with people pointing it out in the comments. I've never seen Andrew glaze someone this hard. It's actually embarrassing how soft this was.
Yeah.
And even calling out Andrew for his hypocrisy, stating, has a problem with Steiny being fake, but not Logan. LOL. Great judge of character, Andrew. It's pretty weird to me that Schulz was okay with clowning on that Steiny kid for being fake, but then doesn't call out a real scumbag like Logan. On the
And this is what he kept doing. He did this too. I mean, I believe that's academics right there, I would imagine. It's like, you're having on these people that are sort of going to boost your self. Because they're popular for almost not good shit. It's a bad look, man.
complete flip side, one guest that Andrew and his gang annoyed in a whole different way was DJ Academics in December 2023, who also isn't the most beloved figure on the internet. But as we've seen from Whitney and Logan's appearances, Andrew somehow ended up making himself look like the worst person in the room. It was almost as if he forgot there was a guest in the room and kept interrupting him with irrelevant questions and tangents.
I'm in London. I go to London for the first time.
Yeah. How was it?
London was kind of cool. It's definitely not.
It's like a guy who needs to take his Adderall, or he took too much Adderall. He's fucking all over the place, man. It's like a goddamn cokehead. He's like, hey, you know, ice melts really fast. It's crazy, right? You know, the ice caps, and then he's like, oh yeah, you ever had a blizzard from Dairy Queen? Like, what do we, like, again, this was something that was covered a long time ago with these comedians, is the Adderall epidemic. In fact, in the recent Adam Ray Joe Rogan episode, they talk about it. Okay? Not in the sense of them all doing it, but they talk about the effects and how it benefited them, and they would certainly love to get their hands on it again.
You're not American though.
Why don't you?
No, shit.
God damn, yo, Ack, you on it.
Ack, sometimes you're the most brilliant person that I've ever met,
Thank you.
and sometimes you be saying some shit that absolutely makes me side with Saucy.
What?
That right there made me side with Saucy for a moment.
How?
You said London ain't America.
I mean, that's like an obvious. That's
I
like,
call him Novak's Kyrie.
that's what we call on 2K. Anyway, so I'm in London. Diddy had previously hit me up to say, hey, listen,
Yo,
stop killing my
think
side
about
chick.
basketball nicknames. Earl Monroe, Earl the Pearl, Black Jesus.
Academics showed his patience and let them finish their tangents before trying to continue his story, but got interrupted once again.
Come on, stop playing. Anyway, so I'm in. Oh, this all makes sense.
Fast talking
Hold on.
out. Fast talking out. I love that.
Stop
good.
it.
He's
No,
good.
stop it.
This
Stop it.
guy's
Stop it.
good.
No.
This guy's good.
I gotta say the story.
Yeah, again, it just feels like you're being bullied, you know? He's got his 3 other friends there, and he's like, ah, this and this. He can look at these other guys for confirmation, like, no, I'm the guy who's right? My friends agree with me, not this random stranger. Either way, this video exists. It's got 300,000 views already. If you haven't seen it, go watch it in full. You will enjoy it, and you'll find more reasons to dislike Andrew Schulz, man. Either way, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and until the next one.